You can look at it this way.
It's the microcosm of the mystery clad being. And the other one is the macrocosm of the mystery clad being.
Today, on Secondhand Noobs. Good morning, folks. Hope you're having a nice one out there. I am. And I was so excited about today, I thought I would talk about the microcosm of the mystery-clad being. Now, nobody knows who the mystery-clad being is up there in that micro. But that's what makes it fun. That's what the journey is. Heros gamos. Get on your horse, boys and girls. The game is on. One of my favorite nowadays talkers about this kind of thing. He's a really cool dude. Been doing it about a year, maybe a little longer. Been thinking about it a whole lot longer. Maybe a little predetermination in there. A little mystery-clad being in there, you know? I know that none of you have seen my previous videos. Thank you very much. But that's the way it goes when you're green like I am. Green River, Heraclitus, baby, can only step in it once. You gotta start somewhere. Where did Heraclitus start? Have you guys analyzed that question? Well, see, that's why you listen to Secondhand Noobs. It might be somewhat secondhand, but it's noobs to me. You see what I'm saying? I enjoy it. But that's the macrocosm in microcosm terms. That's called words, an account, logos. I've had some great experience over this past weekend on, it's just, once you start studying history seriously, there's a couple of channels I can tell you about, and I might, but I'm so small that they don't like it at the big tube, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to sit here and rattle off on my stuff, and the free will click will bait the line for me. So why don't you do it, man? Just like and subscribe. It's not hard. We'll keep on doing what we're doing. And back to the microcosm. This is the individual. Once you start to recognize 0 through 8, or the octave, then you can start focusing that energy. Focus it on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. You're not going to have any luck with 7, and certainly not going to have any luck with 8, especially if you're a greenhorn. But that's the way it goes. You got to start somewhere. The game starts on your ass. You got to think about it. You got to make a commitment. It's not a big commitment. See, like the other day I was saying, here, one discipline. Listen to 432 hertz for a minute. See, that's a discipline. Now, how many people did that? Probably 0. But hey, that's why I started the whole game with Saved by 0. And that's the fix. That's an inside joke, you know. Do you want to know what the suits told me? He said, "You've got a blank face, which irritates. Why don't you pull out your party piece?" You get it? That's what I'm saying. I'm a whole different generation from the folks that are out there playing today, so I've got to adjust my style to fit those needs. And what I feel the need is to activate voters that are 18 years old and older who think that we should be a little more pragmatic than what we are right now in this beautiful country called the United States of America. America! I kind of like the sound of that. We got to fix it, though, and that takes a little discipline. Now, if you can put a minute a day into some love, understanding, healing concepts in your noggin, noodle it around, toggle it around, do whatever you need to do to find some love. And that makes the fun thing about the microcosm so interesting. Because we've gone a little ways into this thing. Now it's kind of getting easier. I'm loosening up a little bit, feeling a little more comfortable. That's because I have an understanding about self. But there's something you got to know about self before you start to understand self. Easier said than done. First thing to understand is something I talked about a few episodes back, but it's really quick, so I'll give you a quick breakdown. 1 snake, 2 snakes. 1 snake, the right side, is a daimon. The snake on the left side is the demon. I just decided to do that right now, even though I've been contemplating it for some time. But it makes sense because once you start looking at the psychology, then you've got a few issues you have to work out because sometimes bad things happen to good people. And that was one of my early conflicts. So I was saying, man, I don't think I'm doing such a bad job. So why are these things kind of hitting me all the time? And I did eventually understand that it's my responsibility to resolve those distortions. And that's the final 4. Because you've got a positive and a negative, but the positive and the negative also have a positive and a negative. And those have a positive and a negative. That's called ad infinitum. Deal with it. Give me some love. 432 for a minute. Okay, 2 minutes. I'll negotiate on that. Here's the big gulp of it. The real mind stretch into the macrocosm of the mystery-clad being. Now this is stuff, it's all ancient Egyptian, so they say. You have to live with the anachronism. You have to, because we live right here, right now, not 3500 BC. But we can have fun with the imaginations that they had if they were intelligent enough to leave good enough clues. Now, my first clue was an O. Do you know what letter that is in the alphabet? 15, just so you know. But that's a story for another day. But what we got to do here is just utilize a mental process in which you're first finding yourself putting your butt in a chair and going to slow things down. Like falling asleep. It's so comfortable, you feel like you could fall asleep. But your discipline says, no can do. No can do. No can do. No can do. And that's when you get to the good stuff. Remember that one? be still and know it's in the works.